Hello everyone, myself Saurabh Maheshwari and I welcome you all to the ongoing lecture series on C programming. And in this lecture, we will see how to pass command line arguments to the functions. And the function that takes the input of command line argument is our main function. Till now, we have seen that the main function does not takes any arguments, that is this space for the arguments or the input parameters is always kept vacant. But in this video we will see that how to pass some command line arguments with the help of some variables in the main. So main has two predefined variables, although their names can be different, but the type of the arguments needs to be same, because we know that the prototype of the main is already declared in the library files. So the library file has the prototype as there is some return data type. Obviously it is some void or integer, and the name of the function is main, and the in the data type of the input parameter is defined as either integer, and here this has to be a character pointer, that is character pointer and array. Fine. So character pointer array, it means it is a array of pointers, or it can also be declared in the form of double pointer. Okay, character double pointer, or you can say array of strings. So it is one dimensional array of strings. So let us first understand what these parameters are used for. So int argc is an integer. Okay, integer which counts the command line arguments. Command line arguments. So that is argument, arg for argument and c for count. So argc means integer argument count. Okay, so it counts the number of argument. Now let us see what is command line argument. So till now we have seen that the arguments that we pass is through during the runtime. So any argument which we pass through scanf or gets or any other method are passed due to runtime. Okay, during runtime, but uh, passing the parameters at command line means you pass the parameter while calling for the function, for calling for the program. So you can see here that suppose this file is claint dot c, so that is command line arguments for integers in .c. Okay, so there you can when you will compile this file we compile, so it is converted into compilation is convert this file into .o file, and linker converts this file to .exe. Now this exe is used for producing the output of the file. So normally if we run the executable of file without any argument, without any command line argument, it is going to produce the output whatever is there. But here you can see in this program we have not taken any input, we have no data inside the program, so the data has to be passed through the command line arguments. Okay, so command line arguments here will be used to provide data. Now what are the possible applications of command line argument? Suppose you have a program which run for 1 hour. Okay, and it asks arguments at 10 minutes, then at 20 minutes, then at 40 minutes, and then in the 50th minute. Suppose the program works like that and it has 4 scanfs at these particular intervals. Okay, now the programmer or the person who is running the program, or the user of the program, needs to keep watching the program for whole 60 minutes, because the program will be asking for the input, okay, at different times. Now there can be a strategy that when the program is started, all the arguments that will be needed at different times are supplied at once in the form of command line arguments. So all the user inputs, if provided at the execution beginning, okay, execution beginning, all the user inputs are provided at the execution beginning. This is called command line argument. Okay, so this is most important advantage of command line arguments, that is all the arguments that are needed during the execution of the program or needed from the user are supplied in the beginning, instead of supplying it at different stages of the program. Okay, so there are two fixed parameters that will be used by the main function, and here in the output you can see that you have to move to the at the command line. This is your command line, that is your CMD prompt in Windows. Okay, so here you have to reach to the folder where the program is stored. Okay, the executable and the program is stored. Okay, and you write the name of executable, name of .exe file of the program, and after that using spaces, these spaces, you differentiate some some arguments. So here total number of arguments given are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So total 6 arguments are given. Yes, it is to be noted that the name of the file, name of the executable file is the first argument, and the remaining all others are the remaining arguments. Now here you can see that it uses character pointer ARGV. So ARGV is character pointer ARGV. ARGV stands for argument values, argument V for values, argument values in string format. So this is string format. So you have to remember that the command line arguments are always take input in string format. Okay, so they are in the character array format. Okay, so if character pointer argv is an array, so it is going to have some strings. It is array of 1D array of 1D array of strings. So this is string 1, string 2, okay, string 3, 4, 5 and so on. And you can also see that this is same as parameter argument 1, argument 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the number of argument is denoted by argc. So the value of argc would be 6 here, and the arguments that would be CLA. First argument would be claint.exe, that is the name of the file. Second argument would be 1 as a string, not as a character and not as a numeral, 1 as a string. Okay, now then 2 is the parameter as a string, then we have given 3, so 3 is the parameter as a string and so on. So the main function takes command line argument in the form of strings. This you have to remember. Then you have to remember that this argc denotes the total number of arguments, and yes, the name of the executable is itself the first argument. So you can also see, if we print this, we have printed ARGC. So this 6 is printed, that is ARGC is printed, and we have printed ARGV one by one. Okay, for all the ARGC we have used puts. So it means they are strings. So you can see that this is ARGV 0, this is ARGV 1, this is 2, and so on for the complete number of input arguments. Okay, so this is taking number in the form of strings. Yes, you cannot perform direct addition, multiplication, subtraction of these integers. We will see further that how to perform integers for the how to perform how to convert these strings into integer and perform all other normal nor operations. Okay, here in the same program we have run again, the same path is there. Then we have supplied the name of the executable, and then a string is given, a long string is given. But since there are spaces, so this would be argv1. So this is argv0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, and this is argv5. Okay, and total number of arguments are 6. So the total number of arguments, that is argc, is 6, and this is are the parameters. So this is argv0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. So this is how it works. Okay, now let us practically see how this program will be uh, executed. So here you can see we have a code, that is claint.c, and here we will take some input from command line and print it. So this program cannot be run directly with the help of the normal execution that we perform, but here you have to perform build. So build performs the creation of .o file, that is .object file, and also creation of .exe file, that is executable file. Okay, so if you try to run this program is not going to produce any output. It is only going to give you this one. So this one is nothing but the initial value of argc. Okay, so that is random value. Fine. So that it does not takes any input, and the program does not produce any output. So to produce the output in the command line mode, you have to go to the command line. So how to go to the command line? You will run cmd. Okay, in the Windows system you have to run this command prompt. Okay, in the command prompt you find out the where your file is stored. Okay, where your file is stored, your file should be stored at somewhere in the folder. So here you can see that this claint.exe file is stored in this folder. So you can copy this folder, you can copy the path of this folder, and here you can come to change the directory, that is d colon, and here you can go to the directory where the path was there, where the file is stored. So you will come here. Here you can use dir command to check whether what are those files. So there are, these are the files that are available in the program. Now you can write the command cls. Okay, cls to clear the screen. Okay, then we can use the command that we need, that is claint.exe. This file we want to execute with these parameters 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So these are the parameters. Now if we execute the file from command line, we see that the program gives the output that what was desired. So you can see first 6 is printed, and why this 6 is there? Because the program starts, it takes argc and argv. The values of the input parameters through command line are stored or are copied in argc and argv. Okay, and then they are used for printing, that is argc. This prints 6 from the output, and this is the loop that prints all the 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, this 1 2 3 4 5 in the output as a string. So here if I run this again cls, then I can clear the screen. Then I would like to run it again. So I can run it again, Saurabh Maheshwari. Okay, so here we have given only two separators, so there would be two strings and total three arguments, because the name of the file is the first argument, second is Saurabh, third is Maheshwari. So total three arguments are there, which are CLINT Maheshwari. Okay, So these are the three outputs. Okay, so this is how we execute any file through command line argument. Okay, let us see how to input integers through command line arguments. Here in this program, you can see that the input integers is also done in the same way that we performed. And the problem is that all the inputs with the separators are stored in the form of string. So this is your string, this is string, this is string, this is string, and this is string. But if you want to perform any operation on them which are string or which are floating point number, which are integers or floating point numbers, first you have to convert this string to the corresponding integer or floating point. So we have two functions that are atoi and atof. So atoi is means yeah, that is array character array to integer. Okay, this character array must be storing a single valid integer, so then only this function will work, otherwise it is going to produce a logical error. Okay, now similarly, that is array character array to float. F is for float. So anywhere if the input is suppose the command line exec.exe file, and you give 4.1, 4.2 and something. So this 4.1 is nothing but 4.1 in double quotes, that is a string. So to convert it into a floating point number, you have to perform atof 4.1. Okay, so in this way, this will return you 4.1 as a actual floating point number. Okay, so this is how the function will work. So here you can see that we have taken some command line arguments. There the command line arguments are there is some variables, an array is there to store these command line arguments. Fine. Then we have the total number of arguments. So what why we are using some to take some integers and sort them. The program is to take some integers in the input and sort them. The input integers will be in the form of string. So first we have to convert one by one all the elements. We have started the loop from I equals to 1, because at I equals to 0, name of executable is there. So that is not useful for us to convert into um, integer. So we will take this ai, that is a0. We start from a0, we create a array of integers, that is array of integers from a0, that will be equals to atoi and argv1. Okay, so argv1 stands for 4 as string, and it would be converted as integer 4, and this integer 4 will be supplied to a0. Similarly, 1 will be supplied to a1, and then 5 would be supplied to a uh, a2. Okay, and so on. So in this way we have created the array. So what the new thing that you have to remember is to create the corresponding array. If it is an integer, then you can create integer array. If it is a floating point number, then same you can create a floating point array. So in this way the array is created. Now you can see this is the sorting logic, that is bubble sort logic, that we have used directly what we have done earlier. And here if we print these numbers one by one, you can see that there is a sorted order. We have arranged them in sorted order. Okay, so in this way the command line arguments which are originally in string format are converted into corresponding integers and floating point formats. Okay, so if what if the input is in the input from command line is directly used as strings. Okay, so if you are directly using string, you need no conversion and you need no this kind of integer array or floating point array to convert. because this argv array is itself a string array, so you can directly use this. This is the program to take some strings in the input and sort them in dictionary order. We have done this program in the string video that you can see from the previous video of the strings. Okay, so here we are performing this program with the help of command line arguments. So we take all the inputs from command line. What we do, we create this program, then we compile this program. Okay, and compilation is the process, or we can use build of the doc code blocks. Then building operation produces .exe file, and we go to the storage folder of exe file. And suppose this is the storage folder of the exe file, so we move to this folder. Then we call for the exe file of the program. So this program is CLA string sort1.c. So the executable is the of the same name with .exe executable. So this is the name of the executable, this is the path, this is name of executable, this is path of the file, this is name of executable, and this is your argument 1 2 3 4 5, and this is your argument 0. Okay, so argv 0. So here we have started from 1. Here you can see, and I is go, so I plus 1, this is bubble sort logic, bubble sort method we have used. In bubble sort method we compare the string with all the remaining strings. So we have taken it till n, and less than n and equal to n, for because n is we have taken as argc minus 1, that is the actual number of string. Since arg would give here 1 2 3 4 5 strings are there, so argc would be 6 here. So actual n is equals to 5. So we will take this equals to, and the string is at the argv 5. Okay, last string is at the argv 5, so that would go to the 5, and that would go maximum to the 4. So in this way all the strings will be compared. So you can see how we have compared two strings argv, and using strcmp. So anywhere if this comparison is greater than 0, we swap the strings. Okay, we swap the strings, and after swapping, if we print this argv, it is in the sorted order. Okay, those who don't know the logic of how to convert strings should watch the video related to string sorting, related to multidimensional array of characters or 1D array of strings, my video on that. Okay, so this was whole command line argument all about, and that is for now today. And stay safe and stay healthy. We will see in next video.